Seemed like he was making good progress, okay? But he wasn't making any progress. I told him the other night, I said, you might be fooling everybody else, but you're not fooling me. You're full of shit. You're still on stuff.
Why do you think he wouldn't tell us about it? He tells me everything else, you know, that he's done.
I think he's partially embarrassed, and I think he's, that's part of addictive behavior. His thing is this: I'm going to be fine as soon as I'm out of here. I'm going to go live in California. My life is going to be perfect. But if he really believes that, no, he's not going to be fine at all. Here's why. You know who I feel bad for? I feel bad for Nadine. Because here's a young girl who's married, whose hopes and dreams and life is in him, and he's a screw-up. And if he ends up overdosing and killing himself, or if he ends up on the rocks, he's taking her with him. I'm not moving out there with the hopes and dreams of, you know, I'm not going to go wait tables and hope I'm going to be an actor. I already did that for 15 years with wrestling.
You're going to get noticed?
I'm not moving out there to get noticed, but you're never going to get noticed in Poughkeepsie. In Hollywood, you're walking down the street, somebody sees you, hey, you got a minute? You never know. You just never know.
You don't think there's any way you can get past it?
A miracle. I'm serious. Yeah, I think they're going to find him dead someday.
I thought bringing up boys, this is easy. They don't. At least I don't have a daughter who's like got her face in the bowl throwing up. You know, did I do something as a mother to make you feel like not good enough? When Mike went off to college and he calls your father up and says, "Can I try steroids?" No, you're not getting money to try steroids. You know, we both thought that was like a crazy thing. So.
But do you know where he ended up getting them from?
No, but I wasn't going to.
He got them from your brother John.
No.
So that's, I mean, it's something that's like, you know, in our family. I mean, it's something that like, you know, when.
Chris, you're already killing me with this as it is.
Well, I'm
just gets worse.
I'm just telling you the truth.
I'm just trying to tell you how I feel as a mother. I am broken to my soul. My heart is broken. When you were growing up, Hulk Hogan, look what he's saying. Take your vitamins, say your prayers, and what?
Believe in yourself.
Yeah, but it's not true.
I started working out.
Take your steroids, okay? I don't know if he ever prays or not. Never heard him talk about God in his whole life, okay? Now that time has gone by, I'm like, is this guy a fraud? And that's where I think that everybody needs to begin to accept. I am who I am, said Popeye the Sailor Man. He even was a gyp.
You had to take spinach.
You had to take spinach. Everybody needs something. I mean, what's up with that?
If I just accept who I am right now, isn't that just giving up?
No, accept who you are as a person. Then your body image is something different. You think a fat person hasn't tried everything that's legal? But I'm not going to cross the line. The Bible lays everything out about how to live your life.
But the Bible can't solve all your problems.
It can.
I can't pray to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's not going to happen.
No, you can't pray to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but neither can you take enough steroids or enough human growth hormone to look like him either.
But you can get as close as
you know. It's not going to happen. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. Every sinew in your body, every muscle, every fiber was made by God, and you're exactly who He intended you to be. And so what to somebody with a six-pack of abs? Maybe they don't have what you have. I mean, you know, why don't you ever think that way, too? What I don't get is why did our boys not feel that they were good enough?
My father or my grandfather never worried about whether they had a six-pack of abdominals or what percentage body fat they had. So why is it now, you know, in the 21st century that there's this huge preoccupation with body image that just didn't exist before?
Dr. Harrison Pope is a psychiatrist who studies why American men are becoming more obsessed with their bodies.
So here we have G.I. Joe from the 1960s. This is when he first came out at the time of the Vietnam War. He's a perfectly normal-looking dude. Here is G.I. Joe from about 10 years later, from the mid-1970s.
He's got abs now.
He's clearly been putting in some time in the gym. And then here is G.I. Joe from the 1990s. Bicep is up to 16 inches or so, full six-pack of abs, even got serratus muscles visible on the side. This evolution in the action figures is a testimony to this increased preoccupation with body image that we've been seeing in the United States. And it's funny that in our culture that we still tend to romanticize steroids to a certain way, that you'll see an ad for some SUV, that says, "This is our sedan on steroids." But you wouldn't see an ad for an SUV saying, "This is our sedan on cocaine."
Well, it's sort of like a golf cart on steroids.
It looked like an easy bake oven on steroids.
It's sort of the economy on steroids.
Think of it as Apollo on steroids.
This year, the jet stream has really been on steroids.
Kosovo would be Bosnia on steroids.
Adding more U.S. trainers and advisors, essentially putting the current strategy on steroids.
We are besieged every day with images of muscular male bodies on TV, in the movies, in cartoons, on magazines at the checkout counter in the department store, all of which seem to give this message that a real man is big and muscular.
There you go, just like that. Good, give me some good abs, Christian. That's it.
I saw Conan the Barbarian when I was 11. And at that moment, I said, that's exactly what I want to do. And I started to study Arnold and his achievements. So I started training with weights when I was 14. I started taking steroids when I was 16.
So you're advertising a supplement. So a guy like me goes and looks in a magazine, and I see Christian Boving, and I'm like, wow, man, I want to look like that guy. So I go and take Hydroxycut or some supplement because I think that I'm going to look like you. But what I don't know is that you were taking steroids. Do you have any problem with that?
That's a double-edged sword, my friend. How to answer this? If somebody looks at an ad with me in it and says, well, Christian Boving takes Hydroxycut, which I did, and I do, that doesn't necessarily mean that I don't take something else. And if they choose to believe that that's the only thing I'm taking to look like that, then so be it. They should be smarter than that. Is it misleading? Possibly a little bit, yeah. But is it a lie? Absolutely not.
I'd say probably 80 to 90%, I'm not kidding you, of all the stuff I see in magazines is complete hogwash. It's ridiculous to me. I don't understand why there's this need in advertising to really manipulate things. The bone-thin fashion models, they get all kinds of eating disorders, and with men it's the opposite. They get the Adonis complex, and then there's all kinds of trouble ahead because you have all these kids who are like you and me when we were young, looking at all these people, and they're perfect. And how does that make somebody feel who's not as perfect as the people they're seeing? Not very good.
So this stuff I've tried, loaded with sugar. Tried this. Tried this. Of course, I've tried this. Everybody, I think, has tried muscle milk. Tried this. Tried this. Tried all these drinks. If Speed Stack weren't enough, you have Extreme Speed Stack.
The supplement industry is very unregulated. You don't have to have FDA approval to come out with a dietary supplement. That gives people room to come out with some, lower quality products.
This product says new legal formula on it. I don't know what the old formula really had in it. Belizean man vine extract.
I don't want any part of that.
Best if used by date and lot number on bottom of can.
Yep.
I always thought the health industry was about, health. Why does it feel like we're back in the Wild West?
It'll clean your teeth and curl your hair. The best in the West. I wouldn't be dead without a bottle.
Well, we can all thank the senator from Utah, Orrin Hatch.
Look how good he looks. I want to get his brand, is what I want to do.
See, the health industry is big business in Utah. They make almost a quarter of all the dietary supplements in America. And supplements are a $24 billion industry. So you do the math. Making supplements used to be like making prescription drugs. You had to prove your product was safe and effective before you could sell it. Well, the supplement cowboys in Utah thought that was a real hassle. So they asked their favorite senator to change the rules around. And now you don't have to prove your product is safe at all. And the